coming up on Timon of Athens.
Imprisoned is he, say you?
Aye, my good lord. 5 talents is his debt, his means most short, his creditors most strait. Your honourable letter he desires to those have shut him up, which failing periods his comfort.
Noble Ventidius. Well, I am not of that feather to shake off my friend when he must need me. I do know him a gentleman that well deserves a help, which he shall have. I'll pay the debt and free him.
Your lordship ever binds him.
Commend me to him. I will send his ransom, and being enfranchised, bid him come to me. Fare you well.
All happiness to your honour.
'Tis not enough to help the feeble up, but to support him after.
Vouchsafe my labor, and long live your lordship.
I thank you. You shall hear from me anon. Go not away. Oh, what have you there, my friend?
Oh, a painting, which I do beseech your lordship to accept.
Painting is welcome. The painting is almost the natural man, for since dishonor traffics with man's nature, he is but outside. These penciled figures are even such as they give out. I like your work, and you shall find I like it. Wait attendance till you hear further from me.
The gods preserve ye.
Well, fare you, gentlemen. Give me your hands. We must needs dine together. Look who comes here. Will you be chid?
Oh, we'll wait with your lordship.
Good morrow to thee, gentle Abamantus.
Stay thy for thy good morrow, when thou art Timon's dogs and these knaves honest.
Why dost thou call them knaves? Thou knowst them not.
Are they not Athenians?
Yes.
Oh, well then I repent not.
Thou art proud, Abamantus.
Of nothing. So much that I am not like Timon.
How likest thou this painting, Abamantus?
The best for the innocents.
Wrought he not well that painted it?
He wrought better that made the painter, and yet he's but a filthy piece of work.
You're a dog.
Thy mother's of my generation, what's she if I be a dog?
Wilt dine with me, Abamantus?
No, I eat not lords.
And thou shouldst anger ladies.
Oh, they eat lords. It's how they come by great bellies.
That's a lascivious apprehension.
So apprehendest it, take it for thy labor.
How dost thou like this jewel, Abamantus?
Not so well as plain dealing, which will not cost a man a doit.
What dost thou think 'tis worth?
Not worth my thinking. How now, poet?
How now, philosopher?
Oh, thou liest.
Art not one?
Yes.
Then I lie not.
Art not a poet?
Yes.
Then thou liest. Look in thy last work. Well, thou hast feigned him a worthy fellow.
That's
is not feigned, he is so.
Yes, he is worthy of thee, and to pay thee for thy labor. He that loves to be flattered is worthy of the flatterer. Heavens, that I were a lord.
What wouldst do then, Apemantus?
Even as Apemantus does now, hate a lord with all my heart.
What, thyself?
I,
Wherefore?
that I had no angry wit to be a lord.
What trumpets that? Oh, most welcome, sir!
So there, aches contract and starve your supple joints, that there must be small love amongst these sweet knaves. The strain of man is bred out into a baboon and monkey.
Sir, you have saved my longing, and I feed most hungrily on your sight.
Right welcome, sir. Ere we depart, we'll share a bounteous time in different pleasures. Pray you, let us in.
How that lord is followed.
The senators of Athens. Happy man. I have, in this rough work, shaped out a man who this beneath world doth embrace and hug with amplest entertainment.
How am I to understand you?
I will unbolt to you. You see how all conditions, how all minds, as well as glib and slippery creatures as of grave and austere quality, tender down their service to Lord Timon. His large fortune, upon his good and gracious nature hanging, subdues and properties to his tendance all sorts of hearts, yea, from the glass-faced flatterer to Apemantus, who few things love better than to abhor himself, even he drops down the knee before him and returns in peace, most rich in Timon's nod.
I saw them speak together.
I have, upon a high and pleasant hill, feigned fortune to be throned. The base of the mount is ranked with all deserts, all sorts of natures that labor on the bosom of this sphere to propagate their states. Amongst them all, one do I personate of Lord Timon's frame, who fortune with her ivory hand wafts to her, whose present grace to present slaves and servants translates his rivals.
'Tis conceived to scope. This throne, this fortune, this hill, methinks, with one beckon from the rest below, bowing his head against the sleepy mount to climb his happiness, would do well in our condition to express.
Nay, sir, but hear me on. All those that were his fellows but of late, some better than his value, at present follow his strides, make sacrificial whisperings in his ear, make sacred even his stirrups, and through him drink the free air.
Aye, Mary, what of these?
When fortune, in her shift and change of mood, spurns down her late beloved, all his descendants that labored after him to the mountain's top, even on their hands and knees let him slip down, not one accompanying his declining foot.
'Tis common. 1,000 moral paintings I can show that demonstrate these quick blows of fortunes more pregnantly than words, yet you do well to show Lord Timon that mean eyes have seen the foot above the head.
was born to be free.
Most honored Timon, it hath pleased the gods to remember my father's age and bring him to long peace. He is gone happy and hath left me rich. And so, as grateful virtue, I am bound to your free heart. I do return those talents, doubled with thanks and service. I derive liberty.
Oh, by no means. Honest Ventidius, you mistake my love. I gave it freely ever, and there's none can truly say he gives if he receives. If our betters play at that game, we must not dare to imitate them. Faults that are rich are fair.
A noble spirit.
Oh, nay, my lords. Ceremony was but devised at first to set a gloss on faint deeds, hollow welcomes, recanting goodness, sorry ere 'tis shown. But where there is true friendship, there needs none. Pray sit, more welcome are ye to my fortunes than my fortunes to me.
My lord, we always have confessed it.
Confessed it, hanged it, have you not?
Oh, Apamantis, you are welcome.
No, you shall not make me welcome. I come to have thee thrust me out of doors.
Fie, thou'rt a churl. You've got a humor there, 'tis not usual. 'Tis much to blame. Oh, my lords, they say, ira furor brevis est, but yond man is ever angry. Go, let him have a table by himself, for he does neither affect company, nor is he fit for it, indeed.
Let me stain at thy apparel, Timon. I come to observe. I give thee warning on it.
I take no heed of thee. Thou'rt an Athenian, therefore welcome. I myself would have no power. Prithee, let my meat make thee silent.
I scorn thy meat. 'Twould choke me, for I shall never flatter thee. Oh, you gods! What a number of men eat Timon, and he sees them not. It grieves me to see so many dip their meat in one man's blood. And the madness of it is, he cheers them up too. If I were a great man, I should fear to drink at meals. Lest they should spy my windpipe's gentle notes, great men should wear a harness on their throats.
My lord in heart, and let the health go round!
Woo! Let it flow this way, my good lord.
Flow this way? A brave fellow, he keeps his ties well. Those healths will make thee and thy state look ill to me. Why, here's that which is too weak to be a sinner, honest water, which ne'er left man in the mire. Listen up, please. Listen! Immortal gods, I crave no pelf. I pray for no man but myself. May I never prove so fond to trust man on his oath or bond, or a harlot that with her weeping, or a dog that seems a-sleeping, or a keeper with my freedom, or my friends, if I should need them. Amen. So fall to it, rich men sin, and I eat root. Woo!
Captain Alcibiades, your heart's in the field now.
My heart is ever at your service, my lord.
You had rather be at a breakfast of enemies than a dinner of friends.
Would that all these flatterers were thine enemies then, that I might kill them and bid me to.
Might we but have that happiness, my lord, that you would once use our hearts, whereby we might express some part of our zeals? We should think ourselves forever perfect.
Oh, no doubt, my good friends, but the gods themselves have provided that I should have much help from you. How had you been my friends else? Oh, why, I have often wished myself poor that I might come near to you. We are born to do benefits, and what better or proper can we call our own than the riches of our friends? Oh, what a precious comfort 'tis to have so many, like brothers, commanding one another's fortunes. Oh, joy. Oh, ye made a way ere it can be born. Oh, mine eyes cannot hold out water, methinks. To forget their faults, I drink to you.
Thou weep to make them drink, Timon.
Oh, joy had the light conception in our eyes, and at that instant, like a babe, sprung up.
I laugh to see that babe a bastard.
I promise you, my lord, you've moved me very much.
Much?
Oh, how now?
Please you, my lord. There are certain persons most desirous of admittance.
I pray, let them be admitted.
What's going you say? What's up, anyway? Now I've got a confession. When I was young, I wanted attention. I promised myself that I'd do anything. Anything at all for them to notice the pain. But I ain't complaining. We all wanna be famous, so go ahead and say what you wanna say. You know what it's like to be nameless. Wanna know what your name is? 'Cause see, I was young, I would say. But now I grow up, I wanna be famous, I wanna be sad, I wanna be in movies. I grow up, I wanna be famous, I wanna have movies. I grow up, be on TV, people know me. Well, they can see me. Fresh and clean, never had you unless I wanna see it. I'm for what you wish for, 'cause you just might get it. Just might get it. Just might get it. For what you wish for, 'cause you just might get it. Just might get it. Just might get it.
Oh, you see, my lord, how ample you're beloved.
They dance! They are madmen. Like, madness is the glory of this life. I should fear those who dance before me today would stomp on me another. Has been done. Then shut their doors on a setting sun.
Oh, you have done our pleasures much grace, fair servants. You have added worth unto it, and luster, and entertained me with mine own device. I am to thank you for it. Flavius,
My lord?
the little casket bring me hither?
Yes, my lord. Lord Jules, yet. It's no crossing his humor. Else I should tell him
Well, faith I should. When all's spent, he'd be cross then, and he could. 'Tis pity bounty had not eyes behind, that man might ne'er be wretched for his mind.
Oh, my friends, I have one word to say to you. Oh, look you, my good lord, I must entreat you. Honor me so much as to advance this jewel. Accept it and wear it, kind my lord.
I am so far already in your gifts.
So are we all.
I beseech your honor, vouchsafe me a word, it does concern you near.
Near? Why then another time I'll hear thee. I prithee, let's be provided to show them entertainment.
Woo!
Scarce know how.
How now? What news?
Please you, my lord, that honorable gentleman, Lord Sempronius, entreats your company to hunt with him tomorrow, and has sent your honor 2 brace of greyhounds.
I'll hunt with him, and let them be received not without fair reward.
He commands us to provide and give great gifts, and all out of an empty coffer. Nor will he know his purse or yield me this, to show him what a beggar his heart is, being of no power to make his wishes good. His promises fly so beyond his state that what he speaks is all in debt. He owes for every word. He is so kind that he now pays interest for it. His lands put to their books. Well, would I were gently put out of office before I were forced out. Happier is he that has no friends to feed than such that do in enemies exceed. I bleed inwardly for my lord.
Oh, here, my lord, a trifle of our love.
Oh, with more than common things, I will receive it.
Oh, he's the very soul of bounty.
And now I remember, my lord, you gave good words the other day of a bay courser I rode on. It is yours because you liked it.
Oh, I beseech you, my lord, pardon me in that.
You may take my word, my lord. I know no man can justly praise but what he does affect. I weigh my friend's affection with mine own. I'll tell you true. I'll call to you.
Oh, none so welcome.
I take all and your several visitations so kind to heart. 'Tis not enough to give. Methinks I could deal kingdoms to my friends and ne'er be weary. Alcibiades, thou art a soldier, therefore seldom rich. It comes in charity to thee, for all the living thou hast is amongst the dead, and all the land thou hast lie in a pitched field.
I defile the lands, my lord.
We are so virtuously bound.
And so am I to you.
Oh, so infinitely endeared.
All to you.
The best of happiness, honor, and fortune peak with thee, Lord Timon.
Ready for his friends. Oh, bye, bye.
What a coils here, serving of becks and jutting out of bums. I doubt whether their hearts be worth the sums that are given for them. Friendship is full of dregs, methinks. False hearts should never have sound legs. Thus honest fools give out their wealth on curtsies.
Now, Apomantus, if thou wert not sullen, I would be good to thee.
No, I'll nothing. For if I should be bribed too, then there would be none to rail against thee, and thou wouldst sin the faster. Thou givest so long, Timon. I fear thou wilt give thyself away in paper shortly. What need you all these feasts, pomps, and vain glories?
Nay, and you begin to rail on society once, I am sworn not to give regard to you. Farewell, and come with better music. Hi friends, I've been working on these high-end earbuds. I call these Timon's Best Buds. There's 2 of them, 1 for each ear. These are designed so that they fit my ears perfectly. If you got these earbuds for yourself, you would be able to see how your ears compared to my ears. These are noise canceling actually. You know that feeling when you're just in your helicopter and it's going over flyover country, you know, the wind is just blowing everywhere. Now I just pop these bad boys in and I don't hear a thing. The first 10 people who sign up to buy these will get engraved earbuds. You can get them engraved with my name on them. Oh, I think someone's already bought one of them, so now the first 9 buyers. And remember, Timon's Best Buds, they're best for Timon's buds.
Good even, Pharaoh. What, you come for money?
Is it not your business too?
It is. And yours too?
It is so.
When we were all discharged.
I did.
Oh, here comes the Lord.
Excuse me.
So soon as dinner's done, we'll forth again, my also
Lord
buy.
Timon, I might have a word with you. My lord,
My lord.
With me? What is your will?
my lord, here's a note of certain dues.
Dues? Whence are you?
Of Athens here, my lord.
Go to my steward.
Please it your lordship, he hath put me off to the succession of new days this month. My master is awake by great occasion to call upon his own, and humbly praise you that with your other noble parts you'll suit in giving him his right.
Mine honest friend, I prithee, but repair to me next morning.
Nay, good my lord!
Contain thyself, good friend.
One bearer's servant, my good lord.
From Isidore, he humbly prays your speedy payment.
If you did know, my lord, my master's wants.
Puts due on forfeiture, my lord. 6 weeks and
Your steward puts me off, and I am sent expressly to your
Give
lordship.
me breath, I do beseech you. Good my lord, keep on. I'll wait upon you instantly. Come hither, pray you. How goes the world that I am thus encountered with clamorous demands of Datebrook bonds and the detention of long since due debts against my honor?
Please you, gentlemen, the time is unagreeable to this business. Your importunacy cease till after dinner, that I might make his lordship understand wherefore you are not paid.
Do so, my friends. See them well entertained.
Pray you, walk near. I'll speak with you anon.
You make me marvel. Wherefore ere this time had you not fully laid my state before me, that I might so have rated my expenses I had leave of means?
Hear me. Many leisures I propose.
Go to. Perchance some single vantages you took when my indisposition put you back, and that unaptness made you minister, thus to excuse yourself.
Oh my good lord. Many times I brought in my accounts, laid them before you, you would throw them off and say you found them in mine honesty, when for some trifling present you have bid me return so much, I have shook my head and wept. Yea, against the authority of manners prayed you to hold your hand more close. I did endure, not seldom, nor no slight checks, when I have prompted you in the ebb of your estate and your great flow of debts. My loved lord, though you hear now, too late, yet now's the time. The greatest of your having lacks a half to pay your present debts.
Let all my land be sold.
'tis all engaged, some forfeited and gone. What remains will hardly stop the mouth of present dues. The future comes apace, which shall defend the interim. And at length how goes our reckoning?
To Lacedaemon did my land extend.
Oh my good lord, the world is but a word. Were it all yours to give it in a breath, how quickly were it gone?
You tell me true.
If you suspect my husbandry or falsehood, call me before the exactest auditors and set me on the proof. So the gods bless me. When all our offices have been oppressed by riotous feeders, when our vaults have wept with drunken spilth of wine, when every room hath blazed with light and brayed with minstrelsy, I have retired me to wasteful cock and set mine eyes at flow.
Prithee, no more.
Heaven, have I said, the bounty of this lord. How many prodigal bits have slaves and peasants this night and glutted? Who is not Timmins? What heart, head, sword, force, means, but is Lord Timmins? Great Timon, noble, worthy, royal Timon. And the means are gone that by this praise the breath is gone whereof this praise is made. Feast won, fast lost. When cloud of winter showers, these flies are couched.
Come, sermon me no further. No villainous bounty yet hath passed my heart. Unwisely, not ignobly have I given. Why dost thou weep? Canst thou the conscience lack to think I shall lack friends? Secure thy heart. If I would broach the vessels of my love and try the argument of hearts by borrowing, men and men's fortunes could I frankly use as I can bid thee speak.
Assurance bless your thoughts.
And in some sort, these wants of mine are crowned, that I account them blessings, for by these shall I try friends. You shall perceive how you mistake my fortunes. I am wealthy, my friends. Up within there. I will dispatch you severally. You to Lord Lucius, to Sempronius you, I hunted with his honor today. You to Lord Lucullus, commend me to their loves, and I am proud, saying, that my occasions have found time to use them toward a supply of money. Let the request be 50 talents.
Lord Lucius and Lucullus.
Go you, sir, to the senders, of whom, even to the state's best health, I have deserved this hearing. Bid 'em send the instant 1,000 talents to me.
I have been bold. For that, I knew it the most general way. To them, to use your signet and your name, they do shake their heads, and I am here no richer in return.
Is true? Can't be.
They answer in a joint and corporate voice that now they are at fall, want treasure, cannot do what they would, are sorry, you are honorable, but yet they could have wished they know not. Something hath been amiss. A noble nature may catch a wrench. Would all were well, 'tis pity. And so, intending other serious matters, after distasteful looks and these hard fractions, with certain half caps and cold moving nods, they froze me into silence.
You gods reward them! Prithee, man, look cheerly. These old fellows have their ingratitude in them hereditary. Their blood is caked, 'tis cold, it seldom flows. 'Tis lack of kindly warmth. They are not kind, and nature, as it grows again toward earth, is fashioned for the journey, dull and heavy.
Refreshing, glamorous, bubbly, fun, luscious. Luscious by Lucullus, the perfect wine to bring glamour to your everyday life. When I was developing starting my personal wine brand, I knew I wanted the very best, the very best. Luscious by Lucullus, perfect for starting your day drinking early with fine notes of raspberry. It's the perfect wine for every occasion. Luscious by Lucullus. The flavor pops, it's bright, it's fun, it's fruity, it's luscious by Lucullus. I love wine. I have hand tasted every batch to develop the very best wine for Luscious by Lucullus. I wanted to make Luscious by Lucullus because I have a very discerning palate. Yes, Luscious by Lucullus for bringing glamour to all of your life. Flaminius, honest Flaminius, you are very respectively welcome, sir. And how does that honorable, complete, free-hearted gentleman, thy very bountiful, good lord and master?
His health is well, sir.
I am right glad his health is well, sir. And what hast thou there under thy cloak, pretty Flaminius?
Faith, nothing but an empty boxer, which in my lord's behalf I come to entreat your honor to supply, who, upon having many great and instant occasion to use 50 talents, hath sent to your lordship to furnish him, nothing doubting your present assistance therein.
La, nothing doubting, says he. Alas, good lord, a noble gentleman 'tis if he would not keep so good a house. Many a time and often I have dined with him, and told him on it, and come again to supper with him, of purpose to have him spend less, and yet he would embrace no counsel, take no warning by my heeding. Every man has his fault, and honesty is his. I had told him on it, but I could never get him from it. I have noted thee, always wise. Here is to thee.
Your lordship speaks your pleasure.
I have observed thee always for a torridly prompt spirit. Give thee thy due. One that knows what belongs to reason and canst use the time well, if the time use thee well. Good parts in thee. Draw near, honest Flaminius. Thy lord's a bountiful gentleman, but thou art wise. And thou knowest well enough, although thou comest to me, that this is no time to lend money, especially upon bare friendship without security. Here's 3 solidaries for thee, good boy. Wink at me, and say thou sawest me not. Fare thee well.
Is it possible that the world should so much differ, and we alive that lived? Fly in baseness to them that worships thee!
Now I see thou art a fool and fit for thy master!
May these add to the number that may scald thee. Let molten coin be thy damnation, thou disease of a friend and not himself. Has friendship such a faint and milky heart that it turns in less than 2 nights? You gods, I feel master's passion. This slave unto his honor has my lord's meat in him. Why should it thrive and turn to nutriment when he is turned to poison? Oh, may only diseases work upon, and when he is sick to death, let not that part of nature which my lord paid for be of any power to expel his sickness, but prolong his hour.
Oh, the Lord Timon. He is my very good friend and an honorable gentleman.
I know him for no less, though I am but a stranger to him. But I can tell you one thing, my lord, and which I hear from common rumors. Now, Lord Timon's happy hours are done and past, and his estate shrinks from him.
No, do not believe it. He cannot want for money.
But believe you this, my lord, that not long ago, one of his men was with the Lord Lucullus to borrow so many talents, nay, urged extremely for it, and showed what necessity belonged to it, and yet was denied.
How?
I tell you, denied, my lord.
Oh, what a strange case was that. Now, before the gods, I am ashamed on it. Denied that honorable man, there's very little honor showed in it. Oh, for my own part, I must needs confess, I have received some small kindnesses from him, as money, plates, jewels, and such like trifles, nothing comparing to his. Yet, had he mistook him and sent to me, I should never have denied his occasion so many talents. Oh. Servilius, oh, you're kindly met, sir. Fare thee well. Commend me to thy honorable, virtuous lord, my very exquisite friend.
May it please your honor, my lord has sent.
Ha! What has he sent? Oh, I'm so much endeared to that lord. He is ever sending. How shall I thank him, thinkst thou? Oh, and what has he sent now?
Has only sent his present occasion now, my lord, requesting your lordship to supply his instant use with so many talents.
Oh, I know his lord is but merry with me. He cannot want 5,500 talents.
But in the meantime, he wants less, my lord. If his occasion were not virtuous, I should not urge it half so faithfully.
Dost thou speak seriously, Servilius?
Upon my soul, 'tis true, sir.
Oh, what a wicked beast was I to disfurnish myself against such a good time, when I might have shown myself honorable. Oh, how unfortunate it happened that I should purchase the day before for a little part that undo a great deal of honor. Now, Servilius, before the gods, I am not able to do the more beast I say. I was sending to use Lord Timon myself. These gentlemen can witness, and I would not, for the wealth of Athens, had it done now. Oh, commend me bountifully to his good lordship, and I hope he conceives the fairest of me, for I have no power to be kind. And tell him this from me. I count it one of my greatest afflictions that I cannot pleasure such an honorable gentleman. Oh, good Servilius, will you befriend me so far as to use my own words to him?
Yes, sir, I shall.
I will look you out a good turn, Servilius. Oh, true as you said. Oh, Timon has shrunk indeed. And he that's once denied will hardly speed.
Good morrow, Titus.
Like to you, kind Vero.
Lucius! What? Do we meet together?
I think when business does command us all, for mine is money.
So is theirs. And ours. And Sir Philotus, too.
Good day at once.
Welcome, good brother. What do you sing the hour?
Laboring for 9.
So much?
Is not my lord seen yet?
Not yet.
I wonder, aunt. He was wont to shine at 7.
Aye, but the days are what shorter with him. You must consider that the prodigal course is like the sun, but not like his, recurable. I fear this deepest winter the Lord Timon's purse, the one may reach deep enough, and yet find little.
I'm of your fear for that.
I'll show you how to observe a strange event. Your lord sends now for money.
Most true he does.
And he wears jewels of Timid's gift, while I wait for money.
It is against my heart.
Mark, how strange it does. Timon should pay more than he owes. And even if your lord shall wear rich jewels and send for money for him.
I am weary of this charge. The gods can witness. I know my lord have spent of Timon's wealth, and ingratitude now makes it worse than stealth.
Yes, mine's 3,000 crowns. What's yours?
5,000 crowns.
'Tis much deep, and it should seem by the sun your master's confidence was above mine. Else, surely his had eaten.
My lord!
It's not that it's
Sir, my lord, excuse me.
He don't go nowhere.
Sir, this bill. Sir, we're not through it.
Money!
What are you asking me, my friend?
Here is my bill.
If money were as certain as your waitings were sure enough, why then preferred you not your sums and bills when your false masters eat of my lord's meat? Then they could smile and fawn upon his debts and take down the interest into their gluttonous maws. You do yourselves but wrong to stir me up. Let me pass quietly. Believe it, my lord and I have made an end. I have no more to reckon, he to spend.
Let's put this answer will not serve.
If 'twill not serve, 'tis not so base as you, for you serve knaves.
My lord.
My lord.
Sir.
What? Are my doors opposed against my passage? Have I been ever free? And must my house be my retentive enemy, my jail? The place which I have feasted does it now like all mankind show feast and higher punishment.
My lord! Sir! My lord! Sir! He's firing!
Knock me down with them! Leave me, girdle! Cut out my heart in some.
50 talents, my lord.
Tell out my lord.
5,000 crowns, my lord.
All 5,000 drops. Hey, is that what yours? And yours? Tear me, take me, and the gods fall upon
I have a bill here. Faith, I perceive our masters may throw their caps at their money. These debts may well be called desperate ones, for a madman owes them.
They have input my breath from me, the slaves, creditors, devils.
My dear lord.
What if it should be so?
My lord.
I'll have it so. My steward.
Here, my lord.
Oh, so fitly. Go, bid all my friends again, Lucius, Lucullus, and Ventidius, all, sirrah, all. I'll once more feast the rascals.
My lord, you only speak from your distracted soul. There's not so much left to furnish out a moderate table.
Beat not in thy care. Go, I charge thee. Let in the tide of knaves once more. My cook and I'll provide.
My lord, you have my voice to it. The fault's bloody. 'Tis necessary he should die. Nothing emboldens sin so much as mercy.
Most true. The law shall bruise him.
Honor, health, and compassion to the Senate.
Now, Captain?
I am a humble suitor to your virtues, for pity is the virtue of the law, and none but tyrants use it cruelly. It pleases time and fortune to lie heavy upon a friend of mine, who, in hot blood, hath stepped into the law, which is beyond depth for those that, without heed, do plunge into it. He is a man, setting his fate aside of comely virtues, nor did he soil the fact with cowardice, an honor in him which does buy out his fault. But, with a noble fury and fair spirit, seeing his reputation touched to death, he did oppose his foe, And with such sober and unnoticed passion, he did behave his anger ere 'twas spent, as if he had but proved an
You
argument.
undergo too strict a paradox, striving to make an ugly deed look fair.
Your words have took such pains as if they labored to bring manslaughter into form and set quarreling upon the head of valor.
He's truly valiant that can wisely suffer. The worst that man can breathe and make his wrongs his outsides to wear them like his raiment carelessly, and never prefer his injuries to his heart, to bring it into danger.
If wrongs be evils and enforce us kill, what folly 'tis to hazard life for ill.
My lord!
You cannot make gross sins look clear.
To revenge is no valor, but to bear.
My lords, then, under favor, pardon me if I do speak like a captain. Why do fond men expose themselves to battle and not endure all threats, sleep upon't, and let the foes quietly cut their throats without repugnancy? If there be such valor in the bearing, what make we abroad? Why then, women are more valiant that stay at home if bearing carry it, and the ass more captain than the lion, the felon loaded with irons, wiser than the judge, if wisdom be in suffering. Oh, my lords, as you are great, be pitifully good. Who cannot condemn rashness in cold blood? To kill, I grant, is sin's extremest gust. But in defense, by mercy, is most just. To be in anger is impiety, but who is man that is not angry? Weigh but the crime with this.
You breathe in vain.
In vain? His service at Byzantine and Lacedaemon were a sufficient briber for his life.
What's that?
I say, my lords, he has done fair service and killed in fight many of your enemies. How full of valor did he bear himself in the last conflict and made plenteous wounds!
He has made too much plenty with them. He's a sworn rioter. He has a sin that often drowns him and takes his valiant prisoner.
If there were no foes that were enough to overcome him in that beastly fury, he has been known to commit outrages and cherish factions.
'Tis inferred to us. His days are foul and his drink dangerous.
He dies.
Must it be so? It must not be! My lords, I do beseech you, know me!
How?
Call me to your remembrances!
What?
It cannot else be that I should prove so base to sue and be denied such common grace. My wounds ache at you!
Do you dare our anger?
'Tis few in words, but spacious in effect.
We banish thee forever.
Banish me! Banish dotage! Banish usury! That makes the Senate ugly!
If, after 2 days' shine, Athens contain thee, attend our weightier judgment.
And, not to swell our spirit,
He shall be executed presently.
Ah! Ah! May the gods keep you old enough that you live only in bone, that none may look on you. I am worse than mad. I have kept back their foes while they have told their money and laid out coin at large interest. I myself, rich only in large hurts. All those for this? Is this the balsam that the usuring senate pours into captain's wounds? Banishment? It comes not ill. I hate not to be banished. It is a cause worthy my spleen and fury to strike at Athens. I will cheer my discontented troops and lay for hearts. 'Tis honor with most lands to be at odds. Soldiers should brook as little wrongs as gods.
hello. I didn't see you there. It's Appomantus, as you know. You're not here to buy a prod, you're here for how to be the one, the only philosopher of Athens. I don't have a complex, the world has a complex, and it's just existing in my sphere. Well, let's begin. Well, the first thing I do is I contemplate. Now, what can you hope to achieve? Do you get friends? No. 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 People despise me. I'm an entrepreneur. That was 13 reps right there. Now, how did I become so smart? Fabulous question. Well, I attended a little thing known as the university. What's my plan of attack? Appomantus is progressive. What is the Appomantus philosophy?
What is the Appomantus philosophy?
Well, your feeble mind will get stronger. Have no fear. Through the power of alcohol and books and salad, it's a foolproof method. It brings me closer to the universe. Some call it a problem. I call it a problem. Promo code NOTTIM for 20% off on this 7-book collection. No, we're not friends, but no. I need to detox from that. It's so simple. You put it over your nose and mouth, but I've seen it like this. I've seen it like this. Oh, it's still filming.
Breaking news tonight, the new stay-at-home orders as cases surge past 200,000 in the U.S.
You are beautiful, no matter what they say. Words can bring you down. You are beautiful in every single way. Words can bring you down. Ooh.
To you, sir.
Oh, I also wish it to you. I think this honorable lord did betray us this other day.
Upon that were my thoughts tiring when we encountered. I hope it is not so low with him as he made it seem in the trial of his several friends.
Oh, it should not be by the persuasion of this new feasting.
I should think so. He hath sent me an earnest inviting, which many minor occasions did urge me to put off, but he hath conjured me beyond them, and I must needs appear.
Oh, in like manner was I in debt to my unfortunate business, but he would not hear my excuse. Oh, I am sorry that when he sent to borrow of me, that my provisions were out.
I am sick of that grief also, as I understand how all things go.
Oh, every man here so. What would he have borrowed of you?
1,000 pieces.
1,000 pieces?
What of you?
Oh, he sent to me, sir. Oh, here he comes.
With all my heart, gentlemen both, and how fare you?
Ever at the best, hearing well of your lordship.
Oh, the swallow follows not summer more willing than we, your lordship.
Gentlemen, our dinner will not recompense this long stay. Feast your ears with the music a while, if they will fare so harshly at the trumpet sound. We shall toot presently.
I hope it remains not unkindly with your lordship that I return to you an empty messenger.
Oh, sir, let it not trouble you.
My noble lord.
My good friend, what cheer?
My most honorable lord, I am even sick of shame that when you sent to borrow of me, I was so unfortunate a beggar.
Think not on, sir.
Oh, if you had sent but 2 hours before.
Let it not cumber your better remembrance. Oh, come, bring it all together.
royal cheer, I warrant you.
If fortune in the season can allow it.
How do you? What's the news?
Alcibiades is banished. Hear you of it?
Alcibiades banished?
Be sure of it.
How?
I pray you, upon what?
My worthy friends, will you draw near?
I'll tell you more anon. Here's a noble feast toward.
Oh, this is the old man still.
Each man to his stool. Sit. The gods require our thanks. You great benefactors, sprinkle our society with thankfulness. For your own gifts, make yourselves praised, but reserve still to give, lest your deities be despised. Lend to each man enough that one need not lend to another, for were your godheads to borrow of men, men would forsake the gods. Make the meat be beloved more than the man that gives it. Let no assembly of 20 be without a score of villains. If there sit 12 women at the table, let a dozen of them be as they are. The rest of your fees, oh gods, the senators of Athens, together with the common lag of people, what is amiss in them, you gods, make suitable for destruction. For these, my present friends, as they are to me nothing. So in nothing, bless them, and to nothing are they welcome. Uncover dogs and lap. May you a better feast never behold. You not of mouth friends. Smoke and lukewarm water is your perfection. This is Timon's last, who, stuck and spangled by your flatteries, washes it off and splashes in your faces. Your raking villainy. Live loathed and long, you most smiling smooth, detested parasites, courteous destroyers, affable wolves, meek bears, you fools of fortune, trench your friends, times flies. Cap and knee slaves, vapors and minute jacks of man and beast, the infinite malady crossed you quite o'er. Oh, what dost thou go? Soft, take thy physic first. And you and thou. Stay, I will lend thee money, borrow none. What, all in motion, henceforth be no feast, whereat a villain's not a welcome guest. Burn house, sing Athens, henceforth hated be of Timon, man, and all humanity.
Luscious by Lucullus has notes of lip gloss, beach parties, raspberries, the finest jewels, disco balls, glitter, and telling your friends no when they ask you for money. Luscious by Lucullus. Luscious by Lucullus will be found at every discerning beach party, as well as Whole Foods and where do poor people shop? Luscious by Lucullus. Luscious by Lucullus. It's so tasty, I just can't stop myself. Luscious by Lucullus. You can taste raspberry and raspberry. Luscious by Lucullus. Luscious by Lucullus for bringing glamour to all of your life.
Oh, blessed breeding sun. Draw from this earth rotten humidity. Below thy sister's orb, infect the air. Who dares in purity of manhood stand upright and say, this man's a flatterer? If one be, so are they all. For every rise of fortune smoothed by that below. The learned paint dust to the golden fool. All is oblique. There's nothing level in man's cursed nature but direct villainy. Therefore, be abhorred all feasts, societies, and throngs of men. His semblance, yea, himself, Timon disdains. Destruction, fang mankind. Earth, yield me roots. Is here gold, yellow, glittering, precious gold. No! You gods, I am no idle voters. Roots, you clear heavens. Oh, you gods, why this? What's this, you gods? A drum? Not quick. But yet I'll bury thee. Thou'lt go, strong thief, when gouty keepers of thee cannot stand. Stay thou out for
What art thou there? Speak!
A beast as thou art. The canker gnaw thy heart for showing me again the eyes of man.
What is thy name? Is man so hateful thee that art thyself a man?
I am misanthropos and hate mankind. I do wish that wert a dog, that I might love thee something.
I know thee well, but in thy fortunes am unlearned and strange.
Maybe too. And more than that, I know thee, I not desire to know.
My lips rot off.
I will not kiss thee. Then the rot returns to thine own lips again.
How came the noble Timon to this change?
As the moon does. But then renew, I could not like the moon. There were no suns to borrow of.
Noble Timon, what friendship may I do thee?
None. But retain my opinion.
What is it, Timon?
Promise me friendship, but return now.
I have heard in some sort of thy miseries.
Thou sawest them when I had prosperity.
I see them now. Then was a blessed time.
As thine is now held with a brace of harlots.
Is this the Athenian minion whom the world voiced so regardfully?
Art thou to make them?
Yes.
Be a whore still. They love thee not that use thee. Give them diseases, leaving with thee their lust.
Hang thee monster!
Pardon him, sweet Timandra, for his wits are drowned and lost in his calamities. I have but little gold of late, brave Timon, the want whereof doth daily make revolt in my penurious band. I have heard and grieved how cursed Athens, mindless of thy worth, forgetting thy great deeds, when neighbor states, but for thy sword and fortune, trod upon them.
I prithee, beat thy drum and get thee gone.
I am thy friend, and pity thee, dear Timon.
How dost thou pity him whom thou dost trouble? I had rather be alone.
Why, fare thee well. Here is some gold for thee.
Keep it! I will not eat it.
When I have laid proud Athens in a heap,
Worst thou against Athens?
I, Timon, and have cause.
The gods confound them all in thy conquest, and the after when thou hast conquered.
Why me, Timon?
That by killing of villains that was born to conquer my country. Put up thy gold, go on. Here's gold. Go on. Be as a planetary plague. When Jove will own some high-fi city, hang his poison in the sick air. There's gold to pay thy soldiers. Make large confusion, and thy fury spent, confounded be thyself. Speak not, be gone.
I'll take the gold thou givest me, not all thy counsel.
Dost thou, or dost thou not? Heaven's curse upon thee.
Well, give us some gold, good Timon.
Hast thou more?
Enough to make a whore forswear her trade, and to make whores a body. Hold up, you sluts, your aprons mounted. You are not laughable. Although I know you'll swear, terribly swear, to strong shudders and to heavenly agues, the immortal gods that hear you. Spare your oaths. I'll trust to your conditions. Be whores still.
Well, more gold. What then?
pour more mischief first. I have given you Ernest.
Believe it, that will do anything for gold.
There's more gold. Do you damn others and let this damn you and ditches grave you all.
More counsel for more gold, bounteous Tim.
Farewell, brave Timon. If I thrive well, I'll visit thee again.
If I hope well, I'll never see thee more.
I never did thee harm.
Yes, thou spokest well of me.
Caused thou that harm?
Men daily find it. Get thee away and take thy beagles with thee.
We but offend him. Strike!
That nature being sick of man's unkindness should yet be hungry. Oh, a root, dear, thanks. More, man! A plague! Plague!
I was directed hither. Men report thou dost affect my manners and use them.
'Tis then because thou would not keep a dog whom I would imitate. A consumption catch thee.
This is in thee a nature but infected, a poor, unmanly melancholy sprung from change of fortune. Why this spade, this place, this slave-like habit, and these looks of care? Thy flatterers yet wear silk, lie soft, drink wine, and have forgot that Timon ever was. Be thou a flatterer now, and seek to thrive by that which has undone thee. 'Tis most just that thou should turn rascal. If thou have wealth again, rascals should have it. Do not assume my likeness.
Were I like thee, I'll throw away myself.
Thou hast cast away thyself, being like thyself, a madman, so long, now a fool. To the conflicting elements exposed, bid them answer thee.
A fool of thee, depart.
I love thee better now than ever I did before.
I hate thee worse.
Why?
Thou flatterest misery.
I flatter not, but say thou art a caitiff.
Why dost thou seek me out?
To vex thee.
What, a knave too?
If thou didst put on this sour cold habit to castigate thy pride, 'twere well. But thou dost it enforcedly. Thou could courtier be again, wert thou not a beggar.
Apamantus, thou art a slave whom fortune with her tender arm never clasped, but bred a dog. Hadst thou, like us from our first swath, proceeded the sweet degrees that this brief world affords to such as may the passive drugs of freely command, thou wouldst have chosen the sugared game before thee. If thou hadst not been born the worst of men, thou hadst been a knave and flatterer.
Art thou proud yet?
That I am not thee.
That I was no prodigal.
That I am one now. Or all the wealth I have shut up in thee, I'll give thee leave to hang it. Get thee gone. That the whole life of Athens were in this, thus would I eat it.
Here, I will amend thy feast.
First mend my company, take away thyself.
Where liest of nights?
Under that's above me.
The middle of humanity thou never knewest, but the extremity of both ends. When thou was in thy guilt and thy perfume, they chastised thee for too much curiosity. In thy rags thou knowest none, but are despised for the contrary. Here's a meddler for thee. Eat it.
On what I hate, I feed not.
Dost hate a meddler?
I though it not like thee.
If thou had hated a meddler sooner, thou might have loved thyself better now.
What wouldst thou do with the world, Adeimantus, if it lay in thy power?
Give it to the beasts to be rid of the men.
Wouldst thou have thyself fall in the confusion of men and be made a beast with the beasts?
Aye, Timon.
A beastly ambition, which the gods grant thee to attain to.
If thou could have pleased me with speaking, thou might have hit upon it now. The Commonwealth of Athens has become a den of beasts. Yonder comes poet and painter, the plague of company light upon thee. I shall fear to stay and catch way. When I know not what else to do, I'll come and find thee.
When there is nothing living in the world but thee, then thou shalt be welcome.
Thou art the cap of all fools alive.
What thou wert clean enough to spit upon.
A plague on thee! Thou art too bad to curse.
I am sorry I should lose a stone by thee.
Beast!
A slave!
Toad!
Rogue! I am sick of this false world and hate even the bare necessities upon it. Then, presently, Timon, prepare thy grave. Lie where the light foam of the sea may beat thy gravestone daily. Make thine epitaph that death in me and others' lives may laugh.
Live, and love thy misery.
Long live so, and so die. Oh, thou sweet king killer, and dear divorce twixt natural son and sire. Think, thy slave man rebels, and by thy virtue set them into confounding odds that beasts may have the world in empire.
Oh, you gods! Is yon despised and ruinous man my lord, full of decay and failing? Oh, monument and wonder of good deeds so evilly bestowed! Has caught me in his eye. I will present my honest grief unto him, and as my lord, still serve him with my life. My dearest master.
Away. What art thou?
Have you forgot me, sir?
Why dost ask that? I have forgot all men. If thou grantst thou to man, I have forgot thee.
An honest poor servant of yours.
Then I know thee not. I never had honest man about me, all I had were knaves, to serve in meat to villains.
The gods are witness. Ne'er did poor steward wear a truer grief for his undone lord than mine eyes for you.
What? Dost thou weep? Come near. And I love thee, because thou art honest and disclaimst flinty mankind, whose eyes do never give but thorough lust and laughter.
I beg of you to know me, good my lord, to accept my grief, and whilst this poor wealth lasts, to entertain me as your steward still.
And I a steward so true, so just, and now so comfortable. Tell me true, for I must ever doubt, though ne'er so sure. Is not thy kindness subtle, covetous, if not a usuring kindness, and as rich men deal gifts, expecting in return 20 for 1?
No, my most honored lord, in whose breast doubt and suspect, alas, are placed too late. You should have feared false times when you did feast. Suspect still comes where an estate is least. That which I show, heaven knows, is merely love, duty and zeal, to your unmatched mind, care of your food and living, and believe it, my most honored lord, for any benefit that points to me, either in hope or present, I'd exchange for this one wish, that you would requite me by making rich yourself.
Look thee to so. Thou singly honest man. Here, take. The gods out of misery have given thee treasure. Go! Live rich and happy, but thus conditioned. Thou shalt build from men, hate all, curse all, show charity to none. And so, farewell and thrive.
I beg of you to let me stay and comfort you, my master.
If thou hatest curses, stay not. Fly, whilst thou art blessed and free. Ne'er see thou, man, and let me ne'er see thee.
Introducing Lucius' new collection of jewelry, Penelope. Do you want to be strong, powerful, and wise, like the great goddess of Athena, or even wiser, Penelope, handcrafted by our artisan in Belgium? Oh, how beautiful is that? And look at that. Do you think only a knight or a warrior wear his armor? Well, a wise and powerful woman wear her jewelry. Oh, there was this time in my life when I was traveling in the mountains of India, and I saw this, poor little girls. They were trapped in those underground factories. Some of our profit is donated towards these girls' education to make sure they can have a future as bright as our jewelry. Fashion can also be humanitarian. Fashion can also be politically motivating and empowering for women. Look at these beautiful diamonds. Oh my god. Penelope Jewelry Collection. Don't wait for a man to get your shiny armor.
As I took note of the place, it cannot be far from where he abides.
What's to be thought of him? Does the rumor hold for true that he's so full of gold?
So be sure of it. Alcibiades reports it. Phrygia and Timandra have gold of him. And it said he gave unto straggling soldiers in great quantity. And he even gave his steward a mighty sum.
Oh, hail! Worthy Timon!
Our late noble master.
Have I once lived to see two honest men?
Sir, having often of your open bounty tasted, hearing you were retired, your friends fallen off, whose thankless natures, abhorred spirits, not all the whips of heaven are large enough. What to you, whose star-like nobleness gave life and influence to their whole being? I am am wrapped and cannot cover the monstrous bulk of this ingratitude with any size of words.
Let it go naked. Men may see it the better. Oh, you that are honest by being what you are. Make them best seen and known.
We're here to offer you our service.
Most honest men. What? How shall I requite you? Can you eat roots and drink cold water? No.
Do what you can to do you service.
Look you. Oh, you're honest men. You've heard I have gold. I am sure you have. Speak truth, you're honest men.
Well, so it is said, but therefore came not my friend nor I.
Look you. I love you well. I'll give you gold. Rid me these villains from your companies. Hate them. Or stab them. Drown them in a draft. Confound them by some course. And come to me. I'll give you gold enough.
Name them, my lord. Let's know them.
You that way, and you this, but two in company. Hands back! There's gold! You came for gold, ye slaves! You have worked for me. There's payment for you. Hence, you are an alchemist. Make gold of that. Get out, rascal dogs!
It is in vain that you would speak with Timon, for he has said so only to himself that nothing but himself which looks like man is friendly with him.
Bring us to his cave. It is our part and promise to the Athenians to speak with Timon.
At all times alike, man is not still the same.
'Tis time and griefs that framed him thus.
Time with his fair hand, offering fortunes of his former days, the former man must make his.
Bring us to him, and chance it as it may.
Here's his cave. Peace and peace and content to be here. Lord Timon! Timon! Look out and speak to friends, the Athenians. By two of their most reverend senate greet thee. Speak to them, noble Timon.
Thou son that comfortest. Burn! Speak and be hanged. For each true word a blister, and each false be as cauterizing to the roof of the tongue, consuming it with speaking.
Worthy Timon.
Of him, of none such as you, and you of Timon.
The sons of Athens greet thee, Timon.
I thank them, and would send them back the plague. Could I but catch it for them?
Oh, forget what we are sorry for ourselves in thee.
The senators, with one consent of love, entreat thee back to Athens, who, having thought on special dignities, We've realized that there is a beacon that lies there for your use and wear,
They confess toward thee forgetfulness too, General.
which now the public body, who doth seldom play the role of printer, feeling in itself a lack of Timon's aid, which hath since withal his own fail, containing aid to Timon.
And send forth us to make their sorrow render, together with a recompense more fruitful than their offense can weigh down by the drum.
Therefore, so please thee to return with us and our Athens of thine and ours to take thy captainship.
Thou shalt be met with thanks, granted with absolute power, and thy good name live in authority. Therefore, Timon.
Well, sir, I will be. Oh, if Alcibiades killed my countrymen, let Alcibiades know this of Timon. That Timon cares not! So, I leave you to the protection of the prosperous gods as thieves! As thieves to keepers. While I was writing of my epitaph, thou shalt see it tomorrow, my long sickness of health and living. Now begins to mend. And nothing brings me all things. Go, live still. Be Alcibiades your plague, you his, and lasso long enough.
We speak in vain.
Come not to me again, but say to Athens, Timon hath made his everlasting mansion upon the beached verge of the salted flood, who once a day, with his embossed froth, the turbulent surge shall cover. Thither come, and let my gravestone be your oracle. What is amiss? Plague and infection mend. Lips let sour words go by and language end. Graves only be men's works, and death their gain. Sun, hide thy beams! Timon hath done his reign!
No talk of Timon. Nothing of him expect.
The enemy's drum is near, and fearful scorn doth choke the air with dust.
In and prepare. Ours the fall, I fear. Our foes the snare.
Sound to this coward and lascivious town our terrible approach!
Wow, that was intense! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Timon of Athens, the Tell All Special. We're here with the cast to look back on the season that was jam-packed with drama. And don't worry, we've all been tested. Wink. Our team is still trying to make contact with Timon, who's still currently off the grid. But until we connect with him, we have the rest of your favorites here live and ready to answer all your burning questions. For those of you just tuning in, we've just welcomed Captain Alcibiades, here to discuss his controversial decision to decimate Athens. Alcibiades, thank you for being here with us today.
The pleasure is mine own.
Well, Alcibiades, I want to get right to it. Our season finale saw you leading a militarized takeover of Athens that changed life as we know it. Fans are still buzzing over the shocking scene where you and your men first descended on Athens, calling it a moment that will go down in history. What I want to know, Alcibiades, is why you chose to execute this attack. There's been rumors that your actions were a direct response to Timon's social downfall, and a source close to the Senate claims that you specifically went after the officials who handled his debts. Alcibiades, how would you respond to the senators who felt unfairly targeted by your army?
Senators, till now you have gone on and filled the time with all licentious measure, and made your wills the scope of justice. Till now, myself and such as slept under the shadow of your power have wandered with our traversed arms and breathed our sufferance vainly. Now, the time is flush, when crouching marrow and the bearer strong cries of itself, "No more!" Now, breathless wrongs shall sit and pant in your great chairs of ease, and Percy Insolence shall break his wind with fear and horrid flight.
Powerful words, truly powerful. Well, you've had the chance to make a case for yourself. Now I think it's time to let our lawmakers respond. Joining us direct from quarantine, please welcome Senators Amara and Phaedra. Woo! Esteemed senators, thank you for joining us today. Captain Alcibiades just made a very intense statement. Do you care to respond?
Alcibiades, noble and young, when thy first griefs were but a mere conceit, ere thou hast power, or we had cause of fear.
We sent to thee to give thy rages balm, to wipe out our ingratitude with loves above their quantity.
So did we woo transform Timon to our city's love by humble messages and promised means.
We were not all unkind, nor all deserve the common stroke of war.
These walls of ours were not erected by their hands from whom you received your griefs. Nor are they such that these great towers, trophies, or schools should fall for private faults in them.
Nor are they living who were the motives that you first went to war with. Shame that they wanted cunning in excess hath broke their hearts.
Alcibiades?
Then there's my glove. Descend and open thy uncharged ports. Those enemies of Timon's and mine own, whom you yourselves shall set out for reproof, fall and no more. And to atone your fears with my more noble meaning, not a man shall pass his quarter or offend the flow of regular justice in your city's bounds, but shall be rendered to your public laws at heaviest answer.
'Tis most nobly spoken.
Descend and keep thy words.
Looks like all's well that ends well. Senators, Captain, thank you for joining us today. Well, folks, we still haven't made contact with Timon, but our producers are working on it, and we will
My
update
noble
you as
general.
soon as a surprise guest. Who could this be? Seriously, who is this? How did he get in here?
My noble general, Timon is dead. Tom upon the very hem of the sea. And this is gravestone, this is culture, which with what I brought away will soft impressions interprets for my poor ignorance.
Here lies a wretched corpse, of wretched soul bereft. Seek not my name, a plague consume you, wicked caitiffs left. Here lie I, Timon, a man who, alive, all living men did hate. Pass by and curse thy fill, but pass and stay not here thy gate. These well express in thee thy latter spirits. Dead is noble Timon, of whose memory hereafter more. Bring me into your city, and I'll use the olive with my sword. Make war breed peace. Make peace stint war. Make each prescribe to other as each other's leech. Let our drums strike!
Well, that's all we have time for, folks. This has been Timon in Athens, the Tell All special. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye now.
I am Tim. I am perfection. I'm Tim. I spent 45 minutes on my single eyelash yesterday, and I will spend 45 more on the second today. I am Tim. I love to look in the mirror. Oh, let me do my calisthenics, my bar, my Pilates. I am Timon. Oh yes, I am Timon. What does that joke say? Imprisoned is he, say you? No, he does it more, maybe more like, imprisoned is he, say you? Messenger, messenger, messenger. Noble Ventidius. Well, I am not of that feather. This is a big word, he says. My lord. I didn't know he could say this many syllables at once. I am not of that feather to shake off my friend when he must need me. Yes, that's about Tim.